We are inching closer to the end game of Once Human. This week Phase 3 dropped, and with it came hard mode silos and hard mode monolith bosses. With that comes better ways to focus farm gold variants of mods and really start to test your builds. And in the hard mode content, you're going to want a build that burns, melts, cooks, and nukes bosses. GetBuck here, and today let's go over a burn build. Starting with our weapon of choice, and that is going to be the LMG BOOM. I tried Crank, it felt very underwhelming. I thought burn builds were going to be off the table, and then I got BOOM. BOOM comes with an 18% chance to trigger burn on hit. Killing an enemy affected by burn causes an explosion that deals blaze damage of 300% PSI intensity. The explosion will inflict 1 stack of burn on hit targets. BOOM also grants plus 30% to blaze damage. We will be modding our BOOM with the weapon mod Flame Resonance, which comes with max burn stacks plus 2 in exchange for minus 20% burn duration. Now that our weapon is set up, let's move on to the armor pieces, starting with our named unique item, and that is going to be the BBQ Gloves. BBQ Gloves come with the unique effect that cause burn damage frequency to increase with the number of stacks up to 100%. We will be combining 2 different gear sets with our BBQ Gloves, starting with our 2-piece, and that is going to be the Heavy Duty Gear Set. 2 pieces of Heavy Duty will grant us 10% extra max HP and 8% elemental damage, which will buff our blaze damage. Our other gear set is going to be 3 pieces of the Shelter Gear Set, which will give us 15% status damage reduction, another 8% damage to our elemental damage, and 3 pieces. Each weapon hit grants 1 stack of Deviant energy. Every stack of Deviant energy grants 1% elemental damage. Effect can stack up to 20 times. Basically, land your shots, get a free 20% extra blaze damage. Now that we have our gear sets lined up, let's mod that armor, starting with the helmet, and that is going to be Elemental Havoc, plus 10% to elemental damage, and when your HP is above 90%, gain an additional 5% to elemental damage. I also wanted to announce that I have launched a custom Shaker Cup in partnership with Advanced GG. Be sure to click that link in the description and use code GetBuck for all of your Advanced GG needs. On the mask will be Blaze Amplifier. Every stack of burn grants plus 3% PSI intensity damage. Gloves will be Elemental Overload, which grants 18% extra elemental damage. Moving on to the shoes, and that will be the mod Slow and Steady, plus 10% melee weapon and status damage, and when your HP is above 90%, gain an additional 10% damage. Your chest mod will be a blue mod, because for the most part, purple and gold chest mods are terrible. Your mod is going to be Flame Resonance, which will grant plus 12% status damage. And lastly, the pants will be Precision Charge. For every 10% weak spot hit rate, get 4% elemental damage up to 24%, lasting for 10 seconds. Reloading resets this. Your deviant for this build will be the Pyro Dino, which fights alongside you, launching flame balls at enemies. For all endgame content, I would recommend having a max HP of at least 10,000. If you like this video, don't forget to drop a heart, subscribe, and turn those notifications on. See you next time.